Welcome back to another video. It has been a rocky week, to say the least, but we are ending in a really good point. And it's not been a bad week at all. It's just been, there's been some stressful days in there. Yeah, it's just been a bit up and down all week, but we are where we need to be. We are in a good spot. It's the last day of my light block, and then I can start pushing for comp, because I don't feel weak right now because everything is moving really sub-max as it should be. But like, I want to load some weight on the bar and remind myself who I am, what I can do, and we're getting to that point. I'll talk you through the plan for today's session in a bit. Other updates, body weight is way ahead of where it needs to be, like way ahead. So currently the goal is really just kind of maintain around the low 86s to mid 86s. And then from about 3-4 weeks out of All England's, we're gonna basically cut me down to about 85.5 to 86, do a gut cut from there, maintain that for 2.5 weeks for World Bench Press Worlds, and then do another gut cut. Guys, my body weight this morning was 85.4. I am literally so far ahead of schedule. I've dropped 0.8 kilos in the last week. Like, I always kind of look Sunday to Sunday rather than looking at averages of the week, which my coach generally looks at averages for the week. With my own clients, a lot of the time I look at averages of the week, but it depends on each person's trends. But I know for me during the week, especially like the week just gone, my stress levels are pretty high, sleep's just nowhere near as good, and my weight generally shoots up a little bit, whereas at the weekend it's always pretty consistently in the same area / a drop. And yeah, I was 86.2 last Sunday, and I was actually 86.2 yesterday, 85.4 today. Now this week I have been on it with my steps. I've kind of made sure to get an average of 10K a day. I've knocking stuff over. Made sure to have an average of like 10K steps a day, just because that does obviously really help. My hamstring's able to tolerate that right now with the lighter training. And yeah, we're way ahead of schedule. So calories may be going up next week. I would also like to say as well, we're way ahead of schedule, even though one day this week, which was Monday, which obviously is nearly a week ago, I went pretty far over my calories because I had a massive mini egg feast. I ended up ordering a burger in the evening as well. And then the week before, I also had quite a large meal out as well, but my body weight is still trending down, even with that one day of like food freedom, I would say, and like overindulging freedom as well. Like not just like I'll just have a little bit extra. So we're in a good spot, and I'm actually kind of thinking these calories as well. Obviously I'll do whatever my nutrition coach suggests, but I'm pretty happy keeping my calories where they are, because I'm currently sitting between 2,000 and 2,200 depending on the training day. I won't lie, a lot of days I'm close to the 2,200, but my weight is still flying off. So this is really achievable for me, really maintainable for me. I eat mostly clean foods anyway. So we're in a really good spot. Like I can make weight so, like I will wake up at this weight on comp days and sweat from here. Like we're easy breezy. So obviously that's put me in a good mood as well, just because it's nice to just have that stress off my shoulder of making weight, especially because I've got a really busy April coming up. Like the first weekend of April, I'm handling a comp both days. The second weekend of April, I'm handling a comp, I think one day, but it's a very long day, so I'm going to be staying away one of the nights as well. The weekend after, I've got like a coaching conference thing that's like a 5-hour drive from here on the Saturday, so probably we'll have to stay overnight the Friday, do that the Saturday, then drive home. So that's going to be like, obviously throw in my routine. I probably won't be able to prep my food too much. Well, I will, but I'm not eating disgusting cold food. So I probably won't prep my food for that specific reason, which is an excuse, but my body weight's where I need it to be, / way ahead of where I need it to be. So we've created this really good cushion for me to have those weekends. And obviously I don't intend to overeat on those weekends, but it just won't be prepping my own food so much. And it'll be more just kind of grabbing what's available, probably under eating, especially when I'm handling, just 'cause I'll be distracted and busy, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm really happy about that. That's like a major stress off my shoulders. I've also been loving getting more steps in this week, and my dog is like inseparable from me right now. Like I work from home, like he's always with me, but because we've been having these extra walks, because I can't still do like a really long walk every day just because of my hamstring, we've been going on like 3 really nice walks every single day together, and it's just, we've been together all the time. It's been lovely. Body weight's liking it, I'm enjoying it, my dog's enjoying it, we're having a good time. In terms of training, so I actually want to count how many weeks out I am. I think I'm 7 weeks out, because I'm going to show you what I'm using today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks out. So I'm 7 weeks out either today or yesterday, depending on whether I compete the Saturday or the Sunday. And because of that, this is still a pretty light session, but it's the last week of this little 3-week block, and then we're going to ramp things up. My coach and I was only going to wear these for my last 4 weeks into comp, but we've kind of said, let's start just wearing them for my primary squats and keep my black ones for my secondary. My white rigs. Now, I tried them on briefly. Well, I tried one on the other day. Now, these are the exact same size as my black ones. My black one's super easy to get on and off, no struggle whatsoever. They are the same size, and actually I managed to get it on really easily. Getting it off? No. Going to need my boyfriend's assistance with that, which we tried the other day, and he's not really had to do that before, so he hasn't really got the knack of what you're supposed to do. But we got them off eventually, hoping that it won't be too much harder after I've worn them. But I'm looking forward to squatting in these because they feel so much stiffer than my black ones. Like, my black ones, I love my rigs. I think once you get used to wearing them, they're so much comfier than SPDs as well, because the SPDs do kind of rub on your legs a bit more, whereas I don't feel like the rigs do. But apparently the white ones, and I did notice it when I tried them on, are a lot stiffer than the black ones, just because the material is obviously slightly different, just like different colorways, whatever. So I'm intrigued to see how they feel. But I've been falling down a bit of a comparison trap recently. And I think part of it is just because I'm in this light phase of training. Obviously, I've not loaded up in a while. But I almost feel like everyone's catching up my numbers and I'm not moving forwards. And that's a really bad headspace to be in. But I'm also aware that that's just me being silly. And the only person that's going to push through that is me. Like, I need to just trust in my coach's plan, which I think is also part of where I struggle. Because the reason I was obviously self-coached for so long is because I am a bit of a control freak. But I would say I've been a really good athlete since starting with him last year. But part of me is sitting here like, I'm not moving forward, but I need to like just sit back, trust in his plan, trust in his process, see what happens obviously at the English and stuff, and basically just execute as well as I can in training until that competition, and then obviously we'll see what I can put up. But as he said to me before, even if I don't progress, if I just put up the numbers that I've shown that I'm capable of, my total will have increased quite a lot with all three lifts, if I can just get all three lifts to show up strong, which I do think we've kind of found the formula for. So we will obviously see. And I definitely think sumo is the one that has the most scope to really surprise us, because I attempted a 192 at British last year. Like, my second pull was 185 and it moved like a second after like 6 weeks of doing sumo. Or obviously not 6 weeks. 6 weeks of committing to sumo. That was a lie. 6 weeks of committing to sumo. Before that, it was still just kind of playing around with it one day a week, not really sure if I was going to switch, not really putting that much effort into properly learning it type thing. Whereas, like, you know, this will be my first comp, having a lot of practice with sumo, it feeling more natural, and I'm really excited to see where it's at, to be honest. And that's the one that I think is most of an unknown. Bench has been feeling really strong as well. Now my body weight is just kind of settling where it needs to be. It's definitely feeling a lot better. So I know I am progressing and I will be stronger for it, but I think because I know where I should be in my head, and I think like I would never limit what I'm able to hit, and I just believe I'm capable of a lot more than what I've been doing, I'm feeling frustrated in that. But I also know that this has been a really light 3 weeks, and I think it's just because I haven't loaded up anything cool that I'm feeling like this. So we'll use it as fuel for the next few blocks, or the next few blocks into comp. Plan for today, everything on squats is a set load. So I've got a triple at 160 into a single at 170, a back off set of 5 at an RPE of 6, and then I need to select the load on that, and then I've got 2x5 at like a set percentage drop, but that shouldn't take too long, should all be fine. I am going to make an effort to set a timer for rest breaks though, because I keep rushing my rest breaks, and funnily enough, things don't feel as easy as they should. Then on bench, got a single at 7, a set of 4 at an RPE of 8, and then 3x4 at 95. So that, again, it's a pretty quick session, to be honest. And then sumo is still ascending sets on this day, which I'm pretty happy with. I miss my top single, but I get why it's there. And this is all set loads as well. So I've got a set of 4 at 120, a set of 4 at 140, a triple at 150, a double at 160, and then it's just rehab movements and I'm done. So reasonably quick session, to be fair, but I am just going to kind of enjoy being out here, take my time, because I'm out here so early as well. Like, I've got all the time in the world. There is no rush, and yeah, I'm feeling good. I don't think there's any other updates. I think things are generally just generally heading in the direction I need them to. I am so excited to start pushing my training again. Like, I want to push heavy. I want to load something cool up, something heavy up. But we definitely needed this lighter phase, and for my hamstring alone, just for that to heal, I think I needed it as well. But mentally, I definitely needed it. Because this is something, when I was self-coached, I would never really allow myself to take a step back and just go light for a while. Like, it was always just push, you can do more, you can do more. Which it worked really well. But yeah, I was doing something silly the other day and looking on Open Powerlifting, and I was like, my rate of progress has slowed so much. But then I PB'd my total by 2.5 last year, but that's also because I had just disappointing meets, and I know that that's not a real reflection, can't get my words out, of my progress. So we'll see. But I need to stop that comparison. I'm usually pretty good at not comparing to other actual lifters, but I noticed myself doing it a bit more today, and I was like, yeah, no, you need to nip that in the bud. And it's annoying because I don't want to, like, a lot of people when they do that, or like if I have clients that do that, I'm like, okay, well, just mute some lifters for a while. If there's ones that you notice that you particularly compare yourself to or anything like that, mute them for a little while. You don't have to see their posts or whatever, or just, you know, just don't look, or take a bit of a social media break. But for me, like, I like seeing what everyone's doing, and I'm really happy when I see other people doing really well, and it does motivate me to keep going and do more. This isn't something I normally experience in terms of like a comparison thing, because I think I always just believe in my head that I can do more, which is probably sounds quite arrogant, but it's that competitive mindset of like, yeah, that's cool, but I can do way more than that. But I think because I've not lifted up heavy in so long, I don't have that in me right now. But it's fine because it will come back and I'm ready to start pushing. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking and get ready to train.
I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Damn, I'm a long way home at a split road. Gotta make a choice, do I sober up? Am I tryna keep it going to be continued, or am I tryna lose? Gonna get moving now. I don't think I wanna leave at a tough week. Gotta realize this is what I need. Don't got the time to be counting sheep. It's too late, I'm in too deep. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where. Ay, oh no, 머뭇거릴 시간 없어. 필수적인 this is my only answer. Yeah, my body keeps telling me go. Wanna be stacking towers from downtown. I'll be on a roll. 머릿속엔 it's a rush hour. This, that, overtime, champagne shower. Step back, skip lines, yeah, I'm never going cold. 어디 가야 해, 알려줘. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going.
Okay, so quick mid-session update. Things are feeling fantastic. Bench maybe didn't feel quite as good as I wanted to. Like, it felt strong, but basically my goal was to hit 112 and RP7, which I don't think it was even an RP7. I kind of wanted to go to 115, but I don't know that my butt stayed fully down on the 112. I've watched it back about 100 times, and I think it did just, but I need to be undeniable. I am not failing a bench on butt lift again. So I wasn't super happy with the execution, which is why I just left it there, and it is meant to be an RP7, and maybe a slight undershoot, but probably about right, so I'm not too mad. My set of 4 at 105 felt really strong though. That was meant to be an RP8, was not an RP8, probably about 7 as well. So I'm very happy with that. I kind of wanted to do 107 for that, but I think because my single didn't move quite how I wanted it to, I decided to play it a little bit more conservative. But that's fine, and then I did 3x4 at 95, which was obviously really comfortable. Squats, done this in a very weird order. Squats felt insanely good. Now, the rigs actually didn't feel much different, which in hindsight is like a really good thing because they're not gonna give me extra on my squat, which obviously I'd love to have extra on my squat, but I want that to be from me and my strength, not from the kit that I'm using. They felt good. I felt more confident in them because I think they just like that little bit thicker and that newer feeling, but they didn't actually really feel any different when I got past like 70. So considering that, squats felt great. The 160 triple was super comfortable. The 170 single flew, which it should, right? Like it's super easy for me. It's not even an opener at this point, but I don't know. I think I've just been a little bit nervous. And obviously I haven't loaded heavy for a while, but I think just coming into the session, I was in such a good mood, excited to train. That obviously helped and I was in a better mindset for it. And then I did a set of 5 at 157 that was supposed to be an RP6. And to be honest, I don't even know that it was that. It was maybe a 6 at most, but it felt very good, very, very good. One thing I think I've lost, which I've been thinking about a lot recently, is my ability to like, or my how am I gonna word this? I haven't had to push, or I haven't pushed so hard in a long time. Like I used to push my leg accessories, for example, to failure all the time, like my leg press, pendulum squat, whatever I had in the program, that I knew how much my legs could take. And they've not been in my program for such a long time that I don't know that I remember how hard my body can push, which is why I think when it gets to heavier squats, I panic so much now. Because when they start to slow down, I know I can grind, but I don't know, like I don't quite have that gauge anymore of how much I have left. And I think that's kind of one thing I'm missing. We're obviously not adding in any major leg press or anything until post All Englands, because that would be silly this close. But I think one thing I just need to remember going into my sets is that I am capable and that I can grind, and just get that confidence back. It doesn't obviously help training alone at home, not having a spot, or if I do have a spot, it's literally just my boyfriend behind me, which ideally I'd have side spots. So that obviously doesn't make a difference as well, but I think any super heavy sessions, I'm just gonna have to go to a gym and plan in advance where I'm gonna go, which is just annoying because it's like an extra expense and nowhere is close. Like it's gonna be at least over an hour's travel to get to a powerlifting gym, which obviously is just annoying. So when you add petrol, day pass and stuff to that, it does add up. But it's not like I can't pay for it, and it's for the sake of my sport, so I probably should do that if I want to continue improving. But basically, I had a really fun time squatting and benching tonight, like really fun, really enjoyed them all. Hamstring issue actually feels okay. It's a little bit tender, I would say, just from squatting, but it's okay, it's fine. Intrigued to see how it feels for deadlifting. Main thing I'm just gonna focus on with deadlift again is just like allowing myself to sit in that bottom position for just like a second or two longer and really feeling it out rather than just rushing to get the bar off the floor type thing. And just, maintaining that position for a little bit longer and kind of being patient with it. But nothing's heavy. I think I've got a 160 double, like that should fly. And yeah, I'm having fun, which it feels so good to be having fun while I'm training. Yeah, let's set up for deadlifts.
I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where.
Okay, so very quick recap of deadlifts. They felt good. My left hip is a little bit tight, I think. I may have gone slightly too wide with them. But overall, felt really strong. I also shouldn't admit this, don't do this. I started at 120 because I did that the other day and it felt pretty good. And I was like, well, I'm really warm from squatting and benching. The garage is pretty warm. I've got the heater on, but it's like mild outside. So like it's really warm in here. Let's just start at 120, you'll be fine. And like they felt really strong. The 160 I probably should have put my belt on for because I felt like the second rep wasn't quite as clean, because I almost felt like I didn't lose my brace, but I just didn't feel quite as upright and able to keep that position. But it felt really easy, like RP5. So really excited to push sumo, because I think that's the lift that should show the most progress, just from the fact that it's so much more natural now. Like in December, I loaded for a deadlift PB for my third. It didn't break the floor, but I think I just lost positioning. Like the bar rolled away from me and I felt like a bit of a tweak in my adductor, so I didn't try. But like, now that it's refined, like I haven't deadlifted a PB in literally years, like actual years. So fingers crossed, obviously things continue to click, and as things get heavier, that was all beltless as well. Like I've done beltless this entire block just because it is pretty light and it doesn't really feel too much different. So really excited to kind of push those. I'm in a good headspace going forwards. Really like happy with how dialed in I am with stuff while also finding a good balance, and just excited to work hard and just kind of prove what I'm capable of. Need to just like trust in the process, obviously trust in my coach's vision, and just, keep my head down and keep going. Like I've got a good team in my corner. I've got a good support system around me. I've got what I need to succeed. I just need to kind of go with it. I've got a really good work-life balance now as well. And I'm just feeling happy. Like, I'm feeling happy and I need to keep with that, keep going forwards with that. And nothing else to really say. Just can't believe we're about to basically be in prep for All Englands. Like, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be good. Just got to keep my confidence up, which I think will. I'm also thinking like I need to speak to my coach, because I really want to just take bigger jumps on the platform for squat, because I get really in my head on squats. But for example, I'm not expecting to load 200 at comp. If I can, like, the elusive 200 that should have been there years ago based on my rep work and everything, would be lovely to hit. But in my mind, I'm like, if I was going for 200 in training, I would do 170, 185, 200. I would take 15 kilo jumps, because that's when I feel my best. But on the platform, I'm always too scared to do those jumps. So I want to speak to my coach about potentially looking at, even with my ascending sets, potentially just going back to doing 15 kilo jumps. But obviously I'll just let him decide. But I think that's an idea I want to throw out to him, because once I get my confidence doing those bigger jumps again, I think that will really help me. Same with bench. I want to get used to doing like 7.5 into 5 on comp day rather than 5 into 2.5, because my bench is strong enough now that opening at 112 at British in December was really nerve-wracking for me, which it shouldn't be, but the goal was to end at 120. So really, why couldn't I open at 107, jump to 115, jump to 120? Like in training, that's what I would do. Or even 110, 115, 120, you know, like, I need to just get that confidence back with taking those jumps. And I think that will really help me succeed more and feel more confident on the platform, like especially with squats. My openers, you know, they're generally fairly heavy, like doable, achievable, still sensible openers, but it's just heavy, and then it knocks my confidence a little bit. So rather than being in a position where I'm nervous, I want my opener and my second to be pretty light for me, and then I can have that confidence into my third, I think. But obviously it's still ages away, like 7 weeks out, whatever. But it's just some thoughts I've been having in terms of like, how can I potentially succeed more than I have at my last few comps? And I think that's one thing that we could probably trial doing. Because quite frankly, what have I got to lose? British is always going to be my pinnacle comp of the year, at least until I get to a higher level. So obviously I want to win the English. It's going to be a close battle. Holly, who I'm competing against, has beat me the last 2 times we've gone against each other, and I do not want to make it a third. But she is super strong, so we'll just see what happens on the day. And obviously I can't control what she does, but I can only control what I do. But if I don't win at English, it's not the end of the world, because it's British where I want to come out on top. Obviously I won't beat Ziana this year, but you know, that's my thinking of it is, you know, trial something different at English, see how it goes. If it works really well, we'll do that again at British, you know? So that's where my headspace is at. But even the fact that I'm like excited to plan those things for comp is a good sign. So anyway, let's wrap the video up here. Thank you very much if you've made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you in a few days for the next one.
Once I get the ID, taxi 타고 생각 없이 on my way, my ETA